sorry. I look quite sleepy. I think it's the weather. It's very foggy outside, and it's April, so it's very strange. In previous years, it had been different weather, like there was more sunshine and stuff like that. But now it's like this here. Anyway, I was going to talk about why peace is not really possible for humans. Not only because the Bible says so, and like actually the sword Jesus talks about, like he didn't come for well, the peace we are talking about is it's not really possible because there is division between humans. Well, we can talk about who causes the division between humans, but that's another long topic for another discussion. But I'm just saying that and the videos about Trump. Okay, I got to mention this before I get onto the topic. That he was joking about being called a king, and he is an evangelist Christian, and evangelist Christians, they talk about the Bible, how Jesus was, well, Jesus was called like king of the Jews, and how well, and the reference that a female pastor was calling that there is comparison between Trump and Jesus. Well, that's a far stretch. I mean, it's really, but returning to what the Bible mentions, how Jesus was treated, by the crowds. Some people praised him. Those who believed in him, they praised him. And nowadays, and also Jesus said that, well, the multitudes of people, the crowds, he felt compassionate for the crowds. And I just also feel the same way, how we are stuck in this world without compassion, which is very difficult, because if we don't have compassion, well, there's nothing. So I'm just saying, Jesus looked at the multitudes, and he felt pity for the crowds, because not everyone had believed in him, and so that's why he felt pity for people, in the crowds who didn't believe in him. Jesus said that he was bringing division, because well, if we think of it, even to our present time, more than 2000 years forward, like from Jesus's time, we can see how we face similar concerns. Like there are the multitudes, the crowds of people who don't want to accept Jesus as the Bible tells Jesus is. And so there is this dissonance that people don't want to accept. We should have compassion for others. No, it's not possible, like, and this is saddening, that people didn't want to accept Jesus as well. And as it is today, most people look at Jesus as only a prophet, just a guide among many other guides, like Moses and other, So the thing is, why is it an issue that we don't accept, or it's a different thing? In Islam, it's about what you can do. It's your deeds. Hasana, I think that's the word in Arabic. Deeds. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I don't speak Arabic, so but unfortunately I'm from Europe. So anyway, Hasana, deeds, that you do. So nowadays it only matters, if you can impress others, then yeah, you are great, you are awesome. If not, if you can't do that, then nobody cares. It's only about what you can achieve. It doesn't matter what. It's just, and there's a huge crowd, and a lot of people spit on who is talking about Jesus. Hang on a second, you should not talk about anything like this, it's not welcome. It's something, and I'm not even evangelist Christian or anything at all. I'm just a person, okay? But it bothers me that we have so much hatred. Like, I don't love Trump. I mean, he's not my suddenly I was cut off. So Trump is not my favorite politician, but yeah, I mean, to hate him to the point of like really terrible thing, no. So it's different. So yeah, he has many flaws like all of us, but I think in some ways, despite it seems very unbelievable, he doesn't want bad for anyone. And why do I say that? Not because I'm a fan of Trump at all, no. But, he receives heavy criticism nowadays by the multitudes of people, the crowds of people. They hate on him so much. And yes, he has huge flaws. I mean, this war in Iran is not something that, it's not good. But if we look at the intention of the crowds, what is the intention of the crowds? To destroy Israel, right? That's the main intention of the crowds. Let's destroy Israel. And Israel certainly has huge flaws, like it has committed terrible things. But to destroy every single Jew or something, that's not really either a good thing, right? It's not something ethical, I think. So I'm not saying Trump is wonderful, he is not, and he's very arrogant, like his way of speech is very confident, but at the same time, I think his intention is not for evil. Like, I'm just saying, it's not because I'm Christian or something. I'm not sure who I am, but I'm just saying, Trump doesn't hate Europeans. I don't think he hates Middle Eastern people either. he just wishes for a different mindset, you know, a mindset that would not allow hate to take root, like, oh, you have to kill another person, like, because that's really not cool. If you have that mindset that you have to conquer, you know, conquer others to kill them for a higher purpose, that's ugly. But at the same time, the Israelis to have that same type of mindset in a different way, that they should kill all Arabs, that's also very wrong. So it's like there's no way in the middle, you know. It's like people are sick in the head. There's no way in the middle to have peace. So I'm just saying, as a person from the outside, it's really disturbing what's taking place. And there's no humbleness in people, you know. Humans don't say, well, we should have peace instead of hating each other. And okay, yeah, I'm arrogant, so I humble myself before the other side, and the other side does the same thing. No, humans are not capable of doing this. They don't humble themselves. Like, you know, and why? What does the pride give them? What does the pride? Oh, yeah, we are ruling the Middle East and stuff. What does it give them? Oh, yeah, you are great. Yeah, awesome. You can rule by force. It's, yeah, cool. Or if you say, oh, any European, you know, in the Middle East, oh, especially, that's also out, you know, like, that's also not cool. So there should be something in the middle that respects everybody, right? But there's no such thing as respect. There's something that fuels hatred in our societies nowadays. That's the problem. But sometimes, I would say, because it's just so overwhelming, you know, the crowds and people's arguments and all that, sometimes you just want peace of mind, you know, calm. And when you have huge crowds of people angry at each other, it's really not pleasant. And I would say, yeah, people have done so many wrong things, and they don't realize their mistakes. We are at this point in human history. It's a very low point, because people kill each other. And for what? Because there's chosen people versus the Arabs. You know, it's not cool. You know, that there should be something more respectful, like each side. There would be, but people are not able to humble themselves. Like, they are very arrogant. That is the main issue with humans, is that they are so caught up in this earthly life, that, yeah, we should be arrogant. You know, people think, oh, if they are arrogant and they, you know, oh, we rule the whole region and everything, that gives them something. No, because hatred, it comes from inequality and bad things. But at the same time, communism is not good either. Like, full control of everything is not good either. I just think there's nothing that would give all humans the there cannot be a system for humans that would give everyone what they want. Do you get my point? There's just nothing that would give humans that type of thing. I don't know if somebody is swearing at me. Oh, hello. Sorry, there's somebody from Kazakhstan looking at my live. So it's really difficult to please people in terms of giving them a system that, you know, they would, you know, be glad to live in. Like, it's really difficult, because people have different mindset. Okay, not everyone grew up with, oh, this is, you know, like, some people grew up with, oh, capitalism is good. Other people grew up with communism is good. So, and the people fight with each other over this topic as well. and it just doesn't bring anything to humans other than destruction. People get killed in Ukraine for nothing. And so I'm saying neither capitalism nor communism is good. Like, humans cannot have a system that would be respectful, because first thing, humans don't respect each other. The first they see something different in somebody, oh, they have to condemn. Oh, this person is not like the majority of people. Oh, we must condemn. Oh, she's terrible, she is this. And labeling, people, it's also very common human behavior. It's just terrible. Sorry, I was just somebody is are you Turkish? Türk misiniz? Usually, yeah, that's the thing, the pride. I just uh, I just think there's no point in talking to anyone, because first of all, you can never convince anybody anything. People are not going to listen because the pride, gurur meselesi. İnsanlarda çok gurur var genellikle. Birbirine saygı göstermiyorlar. Herhangi bir böyle birazcık farklı olan kişiye hemen böyle saldırıyorlar. O bu bizimki gibi değil, bu birazcık farklı, o buna saygı göstermeyelim diye. İnsanlar böyle davranıyor. People behave like, they should attack somebody who is not like them. It's just a terrible human behavior. Neden birbirimize saygı göstermiyoruz? Neden? Why? Why do I have to change just so that I would be accepted by maybe very few people? Why do I have to completely change? I grew up in a different era. My childhood was different from what situation is now, and I have to completely change just to be accepted. Otherwise, I get killed or hated. Why? Why do I have to change? That's my question. Why is it that I receive hatred? You can tell me, yeah, you look old and ugly and shit and all that. I understand. I look ugly. I can't change my age. I can't change it, but I'm tired of this system that's really like, it's full of hatred. And some people are paid, some, people spread hateful propaganda. They, convince others that, yeah, the world should be like this. And then if you follow communism and everything, that should be it. And yeah, those people probably hate me because I think that neither capitalism nor communism is good. So yeah, I'm, just stuck in nowhere. I'm not accepted as I am. Unless I would listen to Trump's, evangelical Christian beliefs that, oh no, everybody is an individual and should be respected. But the world is not like this. People hate on Trump because he values individualism. And nowadays the world says, oh, don't be an individual, you have to be like the majority, submit, and yeah, that's the thing. Otherwise you are hated, people are going to attack you. Why do we have to change? Because yeah, in the Middle East, Europeans are kind of hated. Because I don't know, I'm not from a colonialist country. I'm from Central Europe, so I'm not from France or country that had colonial past. I'm not from such country, so that people can attack me like that. But I'm just saying, why is it that, you know, in the Middle East, I'm kind of hated? That's how I feel. Maybe, yeah, I should have an experience like, yeah, I'm not hated, but I'm only accepted or tolerated if I change. And why? It makes me feel sad that, you know, as a European, I'm hated in the Middle East, I think. Unless I change. And why do I have to change? Because the local, you know, I mean, some of them, they hate Europeans because they think all Europeans are guilty, you know, because there has been conflict in the Middle East forever since the beginning, that, you know, Israelites and Arabs hate each other, but actually they are related. They are like distant cousins of each other. Even their languages, Hebrew and Arabic, have similarity, have things in common. It's written from right to left. So, but they still hate each other. I mean, not perhaps not all Jews or Arabs hate each other, but the majority unfortunately do. And why? What's the point? And as a person from Europe, why do I have to suffer because there is conflict in the Middle East? Why? What have I done? I have nothing to do with wars. But I get hated if I don't change. I don't fully, like, you know, do something that, like, I change, then, you know, otherwise I'm hated. Why? Why? I have nothing to do with your wars. That's why it's so difficult to bring peace to the Middle East, because the mindset somewhat would need to change. And yeah, people say it's the Europeans that are guilty. It's, you know, the European descent people who are guilty. So yeah, we are the evil ones all the time, even if we are not from a colonialist country. Even if we are just useless Central Europeans, we are guilty. Wow. I so much love this kind of scapegoating of people. They love to scapegoat somebody. Somebody is guilty of the misery they have. Somebody who has nothing to do with their lives. Like, I'm not dissing the Arab children who are suffering at all in Lebanon or in, you know, in Gaza. I'm not dissing them. Like, but at the same time, the mindset that some of them really do hate Europeans, that's also not cool. So I'm saying there should be something in the middle that gives each side, you know, good. But I think until Jesus comes, the second coming of Jesus to this earth, there cannot be any solution. Humans cannot solve this situation. So I'm not guilty of war, but, you know, the brainwashed people would think, oh, you are guilty of war, you look European or something, oh, damn you. They would say, oh, damn you because you look European, oh, damn you, get out of here. Why do I have to change? What have I done to anyone? So yeah, I'm not saying I love Trump, but sometimes I think his intention is not for, like, the evil, even though his decisions are controversial. But it has to, well, you know, the pride issue, which is inhuman. So Trump is not a king, obviously, but, like, yeah, it's just terrible that people just, you know, the people they hate, they, like, to the ground. They just really destroy. Like, you know, if you are hated by someone, they really destroy you. And so, yeah, I don't love him, but I'm just saying this is also terrible that Europeans are hated in the Middle East in a way. Like every guilt and bad thing, it's like we are responsible for. And so I'm asking myself, what am I responsible for that in the Middle East there is bloodshed? What have I done? Look at me. What do I do that makes the misery worse for people in Lebanon or something? What the hell am I doing? And why do you want to blame me for this? Why do you want to blame me? Salam, salam. Somebody sent greeting. I think I'm hated on this platform very much. Like people hate me so much. Whatever I say, it's just, you know, yeah, you are terrible and shut up, they would say. Yeah, I don't want to convince anybody because nobody can be convinced or anything. I myself am struggling, but I'm just saying the world is going down this horrible path of hatred and intolerance, and just let's stop this chain of events that goes towards hatred. And yeah, look at this green thing, and maybe some of you hate this color, but I love this color. And yeah, now the country of Syria comes to my mind. Syria used to have Russian influence, quite much. And some believe it was very good. I haven't visited the country when it was under Russian influence, so I don't know in person, but some believe that was a great time. And there was, you know, this regime change in 2024, December 2024. And there's a new government in Syria. And some like the new government and others desperately hate it. I haven't been to Syria to tell you, like, okay, who is correct. I haven't been there to, like, personally, from a personal account, to tell you, oh, this is this. I haven't had the chance, but I wonder. And now look at Ukraine. It's another topic that's somewhat interrelated. Russia had attacked Ukraine. The full-scale war started in 2022. And it has been over 4 years since the war is going on in Ukraine. But even before 2022, in 2014, Crimea was taken by Russia. And since 2014, there have been clashes in eastern Ukraine. So the pro-Russian separatists were appearing since 2014. And why Ukraine is also important? Why? Because Russia is involved in both Ukraine and it was involved in Syria too. So why is this topic getting back to Russia? For some reason. Because Russia is known for its communism take. And the West is known for the opposites, for capitalism, individualism. So it's the two sides clashes, you know, one side is individual versus, you know, the communism where you have to be just like everybody else. You can't stand out at all. You have to be the same. If you don't want trouble in your life, you have to be the same. And my country, Hungary, too, had communism for 40 years. My mother's generation had communism. And there was no trust in society. There wasn't as many rich people either, but it appeared that people were happier during the communist time somewhat, but there was no like, super luxury stuff. There wasn't such thing. After the regime change in 1990, or 1989, 1990, in Hungary there was regime change, and capitalism had arrived, and some people were hopeful that they could have a better standard of living, than before. But it was only possible for some to have a better standard of living. Not for all, not for me. So, it's a tricky question. What would you support? Communism or capitalism? It depends on who sponsors you. If you have somebody who sponsors you to tell people that, communism is great, then it's true for you. You have it better. But if somebody tells you, capitalism is good because you have sponsor who tells you, well, you have to share this with others, then that's good for you. That becomes relevant for you. But it depends on who sponsors you. But if there's nobody who cares about you, then no system is good, right? I'm just telling you that everything is a theater. It's played out. So the two sides compete, but for what reason? Ideological reason. Like you have to think, this is good for, and you have to share it with others because you have to influence others in a certain way. This is the world, it's war. Perpetual war is going on. And no side can completely win because no side can bring total happiness for humans. No side. Maybe some individuals get, a certain help by others, and maybe their lives improve a little, but not all of us get the chance. So it doesn't matter. So this color some of you hate because it's like, some of you hate this green color because a flag has such color. I don't know. I mean, I don't like this, that I have to hate something when I personally don't have the experience of being helped by Russia. So I share on my channel some anti-Russian stuff, but I haven't had good experience to tell you, Russia is great. So you can blame me, but actually I'm not paid by Ukrainians either, so it's not like anybody cares. I don't have the face that would matter to influence others. Nobody cares, neither the Ukrainians nor the Russians nor anybody else. My channel is not supported by anyone. I'm just sharing with you, some things from my childhood, that I grew up in a different type of environment, where, it was, under capitalist environment I grew up in. So Western culture, American culture was admired back when I was growing up. And I had no relations with the Middle Eastern people. So if you want to blame me, you are ignorant, stupid idiot, and, just shut up. Well, that's from your upbringing, that probably you are from a Middle Eastern family who dislikes Europeans and hates Americans. But I grew up in a different type of childhood. So huge differences between humans. And now the majority of the kids hate Trump because Trump, Trump is a rich, arrogant politician. But he also grew up in a different era. It's not like that now the majority of kids grew up in Middle Eastern settings. So most kids now, they have the first language of Arabic. One of their parents may speak Arabic. That's now the common thing. But I grew up in a different era when learning English was necessary. That was a different era. Now I'm completely verseless because I don't speak Arabic. See the difference between the decades have passed and now I'm verseless. How much it sucks. What can I do? Beg somebody to help me? I don't speak Arabic, sorry. You hate me because I don't. You are from Europe. Shut up. Go. Why? Why do I have to change? I feel depressed that nobody accepts me and nobody is respectful to me. Like you keep attacking my channel as though I'm doing something horrible to somebody. I don't think I'm doing anything to anybody. Evet. Türkçe konuşanlar var. Kaç kişi seyrediyor ki? Türkçe bilen kaç kişi vardır? Yani benim kanalımı izleyenler arasında kaç kişi var Türkçe bilen? Ben bilmiyorum ki. I don't know. I don't know. I sometimes just feel I'm if I speak in Turkish, yeah, it makes me feel more tired because naturally it comes easier for me to talk in English, not in Turkish. Benim için daha kolay İngilizce konuşmak. Türkçe konuşma biraz beni yavaşlatıyor. Yani benim düşünmem lazım ne söylemek için. Çünkü Türkçe benim üçüncü dil olarak sayılıyor ama çok yoruluyorum. Başka türlü hiç kimse burada anlamıyor beni. Bu da beni üzüyor yani. Hiç kimse beni burada anlamıyor. Ne dediğimi, ne demek istediğimi anlamıyor. Türkçe konuşmazsam hiç kimse benimle muhatap olmuyor. Yani bu kadar kendimi yalnız hissediyorum. Bu kadar. Türkçe konuşmazsam hiç, o zaman kimse benimle konuşamaz. Neden? Neden? Yani bu kadar mı? Ben küreselciyim. Ben şimdi gülüyorum kendime, bu kadar küreselci oluyorum. Yani İngilizce bilmek hiç önemli değil burada. Sadece Türkçe bilsen yeter. Ama başka türlü kimse seninle muhatap olmuyor. Türkçe konuşmazsan kimse seninle konuşmuyor. Sanki yoksun. Yani bu kadar net. Sanki yoksun. Neden hep benim değişmem gerekiyor? O kadar zor ki, ben Macaristan'dan geliyorum ama burada hiç kendime böyle kabullenen kişiler görmedim. Böyle hep benim değişmem gerekiyor. Yani çok yalnız hissediyorum. Yani kendime çok yalnız hissediyorum. Açıkçası bu. Ve ben çok yoruldum yani. Hep benim değişmem gerekiyor. Niye? Niye hep ben yalnız? Sadece çünkü küçük ülkeden geliyorum. Başka yani benim ülkem Çin gibi değil, böyle çok fazla insan yok ki benim ülkemde. O yüzden benim değişmem lazım. Çünkü çoğunluk sadece tek dilden anlar. Çoğunluk anladığı dil sadece bu, başka hiçbir şey yoktur. Yani tamam, yani bir insanda bir şekilde bir alışmak beklentisi olabilir ama hep ben yalnız kalayım, böyle hiç kimseyle konuşamıyorum, kimse beni anlamak istemiyor. Yani sadece dil olarak değil, mantık olarak o kadar farklıyız ki. Yani benim büyüdüğüm zaman ve şimdiki zamanla hiç bağlantısı yok. Yani bunun için üzülüyorum. Dünya çok değişiyor. Dünya o kadar değişiyor ki ben hiç yakalayamıyorum ki dünyayı. Hiç. Kaldım böyle ortada. O kadar üzülüyorum ki hiç bir işe yaramıyor hiçbir şey. Yani gerçekten ben de mi hata, bu kadar hata? Ne yapayım? O kadar kötü ki, o kadar kötü ki her şey. Yani bu değişen dünyada benim için ne kaldı ki? Hiçbir şey. Benim için bu dünyada ne var ki? Bir azınlık olarak hiçbir şey yoktur. Aa, belki çoğunuz biliyor ve tabii ki duydunuz. Türkiye Cumhurbaşkanı'nın Erdoğan'ın bir kitabı vardır. Adı bir dakika. Mümkün, bir şey mümkün, bir dakika, adalet. Ya daha adil bir dünya mümkündür. Like a more just world is possible. There's a book by President Erdogan, and I haven't read that book, but I'm just saying, yeah, the world is changing deliberately, and it's difficult. It's difficult because nobody understands the minorities. So yeah, a more just world is possible. Daha adil dünya mümkündür. But for whom? I'm not rich. So, you look at me, you think, you have a white face, you must be better off. I'm not. I think if I went to the Middle East, I would be hated. Or even if not hated, they would look at me with suspicion. That's in my mind. Yeah, I haven't, that's the bad thing for me. I haven't had the chance to travel. And I think I will never get the chance to travel. And my channel, nobody supports me and nobody cares. But yeah, there are many places that I would have liked to visit, including Syria, but I will never have the chance because, yeah, it's, I think the people who watch my channel, they don't like me, so I can never expect anything of anyone to be supportive or kind to me at all. So yeah, other people are supported by some, the popular YouTubers, they are supported by somebody. But I don't matter. I don't matter. So yeah, let's leave this topic, and the final word is like, daha adil bir dünya mümkündür. A more just world is possible. This is the new motto of the New World Order. A more just world is possible. That's a book by President Erdogan, President of Turkey. So I'm just saying, the world is changing so much that we just cannot keep up with it. And nobody is going to help me. My situation sucks. Do you know why? I'm from Hungary. I'm a non-native English speaker. And I haven't had the blessing of education, higher level education. So nobody is going to help me to achieve my dreams. I won't be able to travel. I won't be able to have unique experiences because nobody is going to help me. That's the basic fact. Nobody is going to care. And I'm tired of fighting and fighting for nothing. So yeah, only some people get supported, but not everyone. So Erdogan's book is encouragement for some of you. A more just world is possible, but not for everyone. This is not an encouragement for everyone. Like for me, I don't feel encouraged. I don't know, maybe I haven't met the right people, but I don't know. I haven't met the right people, I guess, to feel encouraged. That's why I'm talking, this way, I think. I don't believe in people to be kind. That's the problem. But even then, people are generally, why would they help another person? Because, well, it's something hard to expect, because we compete for jobs. So, I'm just saying, sadly, that's the issue with people, is that we don't love each other. So love is not for all of us. We should be kind and helpful to each other, but it doesn't it doesn't happen, sadly. We are not kind enough to help one another, because we compete, and that's why there is no hope. Some people say, this is the positive, attitude. No, we don't compete with each other. We compete with our best self. Well, what's your take on this? I don't know. But for me, there's absolutely no encouragement and no hope. But yeah, just take whatever you want from my live video. Maybe it was boring. I didn't go into the details that somebody commented on my video. I shared a video of an Iraqi woman who lives in the United States, and she shared about how the Iranian regime had caused suffering for her. And I received a comment for that video that that lady is ignorant, and don't share such video because she is ignorant. And by the way, in 1961 there was a breakup of the confederation of this United Arab Confederation, which comprised of Egypt, which administered at that time Gaza, and another part of it was Syria. But Syria had, in 1961, a coup d'etat, and it broke away from this confederation. And anyway, so returning to the topic, Syria is a significant country to take note of even now. And so the video that I shared of the Iraqi woman, that she speaks out against the Iranian regime, which, yeah, she is brave in a way because she receives a lot of hatred. But yeah, I also receive comments, but I'm just saying that Syria is a significant country to take note of in the matters of this Middle Eastern situation. So thank you for watching, and I wish I wouldn't receive that much hate as normally I do. Take care, and I don't know, Jesus should come and change people's hearts to have respect for each other. Jesus should come and change people's hearts, I think, before anything could ever get better. But sadly, many people don't believe in the type of Jesus that's described in the Bible. And I'm not even Christian to tell you this. It's just from the loneliness of, in this type of people change, and, different ideology spreading. And so people have less kindness for each other, and people are more involved with, they do their deeds, hasana, Hasana, and then yeah, they think they are good. If they do certain deeds, they are covered and everything is good. But the world is not, still not, at peace, and people don't have reconciliation with each other. So the respect should come first, and the humbleness before anything could happen. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.